warm up. I did get that, right? Okay, today is September the 15th, 2015. Warm up. Find the vertex of y equals 4x squared minus 3x minus 8. Okay, this is a skill we will need in our first chapter of the year here. Can I get a brave solo that wants to volunteer to be and take Spider-Man? All right, Alice, we'll start with Max today. Go ahead. Go ahead, Nelson. Good. Now, if you weren't here yesterday, we're leaving in fractions. Everything's in fractional form. Decimals are out. Okay? All right, Nathan, what's the next step, please?
You take the negative 3 over 4x.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not quite. Divide by 2 first. Divide by 2 first. So I'm just going to do it like this. You don't have to, if you feel good about your fractions, you can do it that way. If I divide something by 2 and I change the multiplication, what do you multiply by that? You said, go ahead. Yeah, multiply the denominator by 2. So I'm just going to write it as this, which should be negative 3 over 8. Now, let's say you say, well, Mr. Sadler, I'm an excellent math student, which you all are, because you're in functions. You should be able to do that. If you do it quicker, do it quicker. Okay, all you're saying is 3 over 4 divided by 2 is 3 over 8. All right, James, what's negative 3 over 8 squared, please?
9.
Yeah, 9 over 64. 9 over 64. Can you explain how you got that? Good. So negative 3 times negative 3 is 9, and 8 over 8 is 64. Okay. Now, is this question easy? No, it's not. You have to focus when you're doing this. Taylor, what's the next step here, please? Very good. So x squared negative 3/4 x plus 9 over 64 minus 9 over 64 minus 8. Now, here's the thing. Even though the numbers are messy and not just whole numbers, it's still the same thing, right? Still plus and minus, the rules don't change. The numbers are more awful, okay, but it's still the same idea. Owen, be brave now. What happens next?
Then we multiply negative 9 over 64.
Good. Okay, because I'm a math teacher, I instantly go to lowest terms. Oh boy. I'm gonna brain freeze. 128. Okay. Now this is where people are gonna freak out at this moment. Just wait, hold on, don't freak out yet. Let me talk and then you can freak out. What? Don't freak out yet. Let me just talk for a second. You can freak out. Okay. Okay, so I went instantly to lowest terms because I'm good like that. Can somebody tell me how I went from negative 9 over 64 to negative 9 over, is that a mistake? It's a mistake, isn't it? Not so good. How did I go for that instantly there? Chris, go ahead.
Because you had to times the 4 rather than 9 over 64, so then the 4 and the 16 would cross multiply.
Right on. So the way you can do it is either you can multiply the numerator, make it bigger, or divide the denominator, make it smaller. If you want to go with the answer as 36 over 64, and then just go to lowest terms, you know, in 3 steps, like go to lowest terms in 3 steps, then that's fine as well, but it's a little quicker that way. If your calculator can also do it in 1 step if you need to. Where did I get the 128 over 16? Hopefully that's right. Someone other than Chris. Okay, sorry, you're out. You just went last one. Where did I get 128 over 16? No, that 964 times 4 is going to give us this one here. Where does this number here come from? Julie, go ahead. Yeah, okay. I'm going to want to add these guys eventually, right? That's what I'm going to want to do. So 8 is hopefully the same as 128 over 16. I did that in my head. Can someone confirm that for me? I think that's right, okay? That was done. All right, now, Natasha, you get the fun part of factoring in your head. X squared minus 3 over 4x plus 9 over 64. I don't think it's possible. What does that actually equal, please?
4x squared, no, 4x.
Yeah?
Minus 3, right?
Great. That should be 137, is that right? Okay, now Natasha, you're an excellent factorer. Explain to the class, please, where x minus 3 over 8 came from.
The underlined term.
Right. This is always, and this is why the completing the square is so powerful. Okay, right? Not even, not to put you down, you would have a hard time finding two numbers that multiply to get 9 over 64 and add to get 3 over 8. It's difficult for most people to do, okay? So the nice thing with completing the square, it's given to you right there, okay? So even for vicious things like this.
Wait, so how do you get the number if you didn't do the aside?
You can't. You have to do the aside. The aside forces this plus and minus thing, which forces it to be a perfect square, so it turns into something square. Like, that's the whole idea of this aside thing, to force it to be something square. All right, Josh, can you be brave and tell me please what the vertex is and which way this opens? Yeah.
2 over 8.
Yeah. Good. Okay, right. It's going to switch, right? The x switches. Is this opening upwards or downwards? You were so good. Almost wrote it down. Okay, can someone explain here to make sure that we all get this? It is going to open upwards. What's the thing that makes this open upwards? Oh, and go. Yeah, this is the number that is up or down here. Okay, it's this one here. So this is positive. Okay, so that's the number there. That was -4 or -2 or whatever it was. Now this is a difficult question. Completing the square with fractions is messy. Okay, right? But I want you to be comfortable with fractions, comfortable with your algebra. If you can do this question, you're a wonderful mathematician, okay? You should feel good about yourselves. Can everyone close their eyes right now for a second? I need to make sure how you're feeling. Who feels wonderful about completing the square with fractions? Raise your hand. Who feels sort of okay but could use some more practice? Who feels hideous about it? Okay. You should close your eyes there, Tanner, okay? In the future, okay? You can raise your hand now, okay? We'll go through a few more of these practices for number 5. That we're taking up on the homework. It's the same type of question as that. Okay. Any questions about this though before I move on? Please be brave and ask. Yeah, Taylor, go ahead.
This will open this.
No, it's not, I guarantee.
When you do the aside thing, like
Yeah.
fraction, and
Yes.
then you do the divide by 2,
Yes.
how come the one goes on top? Is it
Well,
always-
because, okay, no, that's not a stupid question. What we're doing is here is you're dividing basically by 2 over 1. So it's like timesing by 1/2. Like when you divide a fraction to flip it, right? So dividing by 2 over 1 is like timesing by 1 over 2.
Oh.
Okay, so it's always just making the denominator bigger. Okay, anything else before I move on here? We'll do the same example here next for number 5 there. Sort of okay? Can someone open up the notes? That was the question, right? 2x squared minus x minus 6. I'm pretty sure that was it for that. Okay, so this is homework number 5. A few people said, actually at least 2 people, probably more, said that this was the challenging one from last night, and it was. Okay, the question was, if you want here, graph y equals 2x squared minus x minus 6 using the 4 points method. Okay, Smitty's coming all the way up to the front. I don't know where he ended up. So we're going to start here with Thomas. Thomas, can you be brave, please, and tell me what first point you would like to find? Vertex, good choice. Okay, we'll start with the vertex here first, okay? Now, the vertex is a good one to choose because, well, we just did the vertex, okay, right? So that's a nice, stay hot while you're hot there, okay? So can you give me the first step, please, for finding the vertex? Go ahead. Okay. So it's going to be y equals 2 bracket x squared minus what? Over 2, good. Okay, can someone, other than Thomas, tell me where the -1/2 came from? Sandra, go ahead. Yeah, it's like 1x, right? So you divide by 2, so it's like negative 1/2 x. All right, Carly, can you do the next step, please?
Negative 1 over 2 divided by 2.
Good. Squared, I'm going to call that negative 1 over 2 times 1/2. You don't have to show this. If you can go right to negative 1/4, I can live with that. Okay, if you can do that directly, go ahead. Okay. All right, you're not done yet, Carly. What's negative 1/4 squared, please?
1 over 16.
Good. How'd you get 1 over 16?
Negative 1. First negative 1 is 1.
Okay. And so I know I'm repeating myself here, but I just want to make sure everyone completely understands where the stuff is coming from. All right, Emily, I'd like you to be brave, please, and tell me what happens next.
You have to add and subtract 1 over 16.
Okay. So y equals 2 bracket x squared minus 1/2 x plus 1 over 16 minus 1 over 16 minus 6. All right, Cassidy. Can you tell me what to do, and then we'll talk through. What do we do here in this step in the square? Good. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this times this, right? Cassidy, you're not done yet. What is 2 times negative 1 over 16? So what's, sorry? Sorry? Yeah, negative 2 over 16, okay? But what I'm going to do, because I'm a math teacher, I'm going to bring that to lowest terms. 1 over 8, thank you. Okay? Negative 1 over 8. Okay, now, Cassie, I'm going to keep picking on you. I want to change that 6 to something. What do I want to change the 6 into? Okay, now Cassidy, I want to leave you alone now. Can somebody explain to me where Cassidy got the negative 1 over 8 and negative 48 over 8? Because her and I were talking up front, but most of the class didn't understand that. Go ahead.
Well, first you put the 1 over 8 in those terms, and then you had to put the negative 6 into like a fraction so you get subtract and get a common denominator. So you multiply them by 8.
Yeah, good. Very good. So what we did is 2 times negative 1 over 16 is negative 2 over 16, right? But 2 over 16 is 1 over 8. Okay, and then 6 is going to be the same as 48 over 8. Very good. All right, Cecilia, what do we do next, please?
You can put 1 equals 2.
Okay, whoever said I'm lost, please be brave and ask. Taylor, go ahead.
Where did we use this?
Okay, so what we just did is, this 6 is like 6 over 1, right? All right, so, you know, when you add or subtract fractions, you need a common denominator. So the common denominator here is going to be 8. So in order to get that, you multiply the bottom by 8, you multiply the top by 8.
Okay, but when you multiply the 1 over 16 like out, you multiply it by 2.
Yeah.
So that was, wouldn't that be 2 over 32?
No, 2 is, okay, good question. This is 2 over 1, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to only multiply the numerator by 2 and the denominator just by 1. Okay. All right. Hannah, what's my vertex and which way does it open, please?
1 over 4
Great, excellent, wonderful. All right, if you're looking at this still and you're saying, oh my goodness, I don't understand anything that just happened, and you're afraid of Mr. Sadler, okay, I'll be in our math help next door today, but every other math teacher will be in there as well too, because we love math and we love help, okay, so, seriously, but if this is difficult what just happened, okay, because I gotta keep moving here today, we're moving on to the video course today, okay, so the last time I talked to this until probably about Friday when we actually use it. Okay, there's my vertex, those 2 points. All right, RA, what do you want to find next? The X-intercepts or the Y-intercepts?
The X's.
X-Intercepts, how do we find that? Do you recall?
Factoring, we're
Good.
right factoring too.
Oh, you're wonderful, that's why. Oh, I didn't mean to say that, but you are wonderful. Okay, yes, factoring is preferred because we will have to factor in this course. You may have quadratic formula, there's nothing wrong with that. Why do I prefer not to quadratic formula, other than I'm a jerk, other than that reason? It's long, okay? There's so many square roots, there's pluses and minuses. There's many opportunities to go wrong, okay? This is much more direct. All right, I'm going to continue with you here. Can you give me the M and the A here, please? Go ahead.
Okay, so the M is 12 and the A is -1.
Good.
Oh yeah.
What are those two numbers, please?
It's -4 and +3.
Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. Okay, Matt, can you continue from there, please?
Rewrite it. So the line here 0 equals 2x squared minus 4x plus 3x.
Okay, and I really like what Matt did there. Because 2 and -4 go together very well. All right. I like my brain freezing today. So, Robert, can you do some common factoring, please?
So breaking it to
Okay.
2x.
Yeah. What's left? Good. Yeah. X minus 2. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good. Molly on the right. Go ahead, please. Good. Now, Molly has a 99.4932 in the course right now. I'm not going to run it up to 100 yet, okay? So this is right. Why else does this factor properly? Play along, please. Please play along. Yes, go ahead. Both the brackets have to be the same. When you're factoring, you have to think that, okay? They have to line up there, please. No, can you be the next step, please? Yeah. Good. Good. Rachel, can you solve for x, please? Right, yeah, it's okay. Oh, sorry. So just this and this, right? Yeah. So just 2x plus 3 is 0, or x minus 2 is 0. So just solving for x then, 2x. Yeah. Okay, great. Great. Okay. A lot of stuff going on here. Okay, this is a big question. Okay, that's why it was homework. These are big questions, right? For that. Oh, mine is not mine. I forgot all your names after one day. I don't know what happened last night. All right. What coordinates? If I wanted to graph these points, what would the coordinates be, please? What comma what?
It'd be -3/2 comes 0.
Yeah.
-7/2.
Good. Now remember, the 0 comes from the first step. Y equals 0. Okay. Did anyone do quad formula? I won't yell at you if you did. Oh, you have to class. You should have still gotten the same numbers for those half the classes in quad formula.
So
Okay.
what's factor?
Yeah, what Mr. Lacey, didn't hear, so all you guys did Mr. Lacey last year. What was his Lacey? 30 seconds? That was his number? He said something like that. If you can't find the numbers in 30 seconds, go quadratic formula. All right? But my rule is for this. If you see a vertex like this, which is hideous, and I'll admit this is hideous, you're going to be able to factor it. Okay, because I'm not mean twice, all right? If the vertex works out beautifully, like 1, 3, that means you don't use quadratic formula. Right? That's sort of my policy on quadratic questions, right? So I'm trying to get you guys to worry about fractions on the vertex. So more than often than not, it'll be something that's nice and we factor. All right, we're sort of good. All right, Min Chan, you get the easy one. How do you get the y-intercept, please?
0 into x.
Good morning. How are you? Yeah. So y-intercept is going to be set x equals 0. Okay, so Min Chan, you're not quite done yet. If I have 2x squared minus x minus 6, what is my y-int, please? I'm going to write it just like that, just so I have a point to graph. Okay, but it's the same idea. All right, so the rest of my points I'm just going to line up here, just so I have them all written on the page so I can graph it. So the points are, Chris is just helping for
Yeah, I just had trouble with the vertex.
Okay. The points are going to be negative 3 over 2 and 0, 2 and 0, and what was it, 1/4, and negative 49 over 8, is that right? I think that was the points. Okay. Ryan, we're good? Within reason? Ryan, we're good? I'll slam that door. Okay, I'm going to graph this one as quickly as I can. Oh, okay, so here comes my quick graph. The thing to look for, we're going to talk a lot about graphs today. So if you don't have graph paper, you will need graph paper today. But when I do this here, we're going to take a look. At this time, it might be a good idea to change one of these to decimals, because it's harder to graph these as fractions. If I had to pick one of those points to change to decimal, which one would probably make sense to? And Jan, go ahead. Yeah, this one here is sort of a little bit messy, so I'm just going to estimate that's 0.25 and negative 6.125. Is that right? Somebody confirm that for me? Right, so it's going to be a little bit less than negative 6. So looking at these points, I have to get to positive 2, negative 3 over 2. That should be fine. And I have to get down to a little bit past negative 6. Yeah.
Why is it?
Oh, because it's a vertex, right? So the vertex should be the highest or the lowest point. So if there's a y-intercept of negative 6 and it's opening upwards, the vertex does have to be beneath it. What I said. Let's say negative 6.125 or something. Okay. All right, let's graph this one very fastly, and then I want to get to today's lesson if I can. Oh my goodness, 9:30. Good thing we didn't have announcements today. I shouldn't say that. I love announcements. Okay, so I'm going all the way down to negative 6. Please use the best use of your graph paper that you can. There's 0, 1, 2, 3. There's x. There's y. There's negative 1. There's negative 2. There's negative 3. I went down to 6. So this, I guess. All right, 2, 0 is about over here. Negative 3 over 2 over 0. You get some markers there? And 1/4 and negative 49 over 8 is going to be down here someplace. It's going to be just beneath the vertex. All right, just underneath it. All right, so please remember when you're doing this that the vertex should be the lowest point and also in the middle. All right, and this is going to be number 6. Number title. I hope that helps clarify things a little bit on the fractions. Okay, so if you need help, come see me. Either before school is a good time too, okay, or come on by lunch sometime. Make sure we get that.
Wait, why did you find the y-intercept? Like, last year we never did that. We used to find the vertex and then the x-intercept. Because you don't really need it to graph it.
Well, it helps the shape of the graph. Okay, so I'm gonna force you. It'll take 5 seconds. It's like it's not difficult at all, right? It's just physically plug in the point, right? But yeah, well, right, yeah, go ahead.
I didn't get a negative for the negative x-intercept.
What'd you get for x-intercept?
I got this negative
Oh. I'll come take a look here in a second. I'm gonna pause this video and I'll come back and then we'll get started here.